Packers 2021 schedule has been released. I'm Joey. Joining me here today to recap that, give out some thoughts live is Big B. How are you feeling on this evening?
I'm tired because it took some Benadryl today, so very
All
tired.
right. Well, excited for the NFL schedule to come out. So let's take a look here. We got the bottom ticker going. Fancy stuff, I know, folks. Never seen it anywhere before. Packers open up against the Saints. They travel to New Orleans to face off in the Superdome against the Drew Breesless New Orleans Saints. So, what do you think of this game? Is there a game you would have preferred to open up against? Easy W, easy L. What are we thinking week one against the Saints here?
Week one. I think that's an interesting way to open up the season. And that's not a divisional opponent like it has been the last 4 years. It feels like.
Yeah.
But I still think this is going to be a tough matchup. We're still going into the Superdome. Everybody knows their fans are loud.
Yeah.
Drew Brees or not, it's going to be a hell of a game, and I'm excited with very early playoff implications coming in week one already, baby.
It's always it will be interesting because I thought, the Saints won't be nothing without Drew Brees, but you think, like, man, the Saints, like, they could have had Brett Hundley with the way Drew Brees was playing, and they probably still would have won. Drew Brees was limiting their offense so much. They still have Alvin Kamara. If they have a guy that can throw it to Michael Thomas, then they'll be good. Maybe New Orleans was too cold for Emmanuel Sanders, so he had to get out of there pretty quickly.
Hopefully brought a jacket to Buffalo though.
Oh yeah,
it's kind of cold down there.
Hopefully it's not too cold there. Yeah, in Buffalo. Week two, we get our first divisional opponent of the year at Lambeau Field. I don't know why they made this Monday night, but Monday Night Football, week two, against the Detroit Lions. You, as a former primetime game versus the Lions, before, any thoughts on this game, early primetime game?
Do you want to know why this game's a early primetime game?
Why?
Because Jamal Williams is coming back to Green Bay, baby. Jamal Williams coming back to Green Bay early in the year, week two. It's going to be phenomenal. This is the game that I want to go to this year, and it'd be just amazing to go to this game. Jamal Williams is back, baby, in Green Bay, Lambeau Field.
Yeah, that's the storyline everybody is following. That's like the only, like, the NFL schedule makes, like, we don't want to give the Packers too many primetime games, but we got to fit one in there for the Jamal Williams storyline. Week three, another primetime game, just like last year, where we had the Saints week two and then the Falcons week three on Monday night. We travel to San Fran, so some trips around the globe to Louisiana, back to Green Bay, then to the West Coast to face off against the 49ers. This will be really interesting. I'm really excited. Not excited, I guess. Intrigued to see how the 49ers will do this year, especially now with the quarterback at the helm. If Trey Lance is able to go out there, put some fire up, I'd assume he'd be starting right away. 49ers were in trade talks for Jimmy Garoppolo. I think they're pretty confident in Trey Lance. Big B, you looking forward to this match against 49ers, or are you scared?
I'm definitely looking forward to it because last year we pretty much faced a practice squad team. Didn't give me the same
revenge. Yeah,
revenge. But this time, hopefully, because it's earlier in the season, not too many players will be injured, and we finally can get that revenge on, what was it, Sunday Night Football? Sure, Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, hopefully, oh God, I doubt it, but hopefully Bakhtiari is back by then, and hopefully Aaron doesn't throw early season fit. We got a good matchup in here with San Fran. Week four, a Super Bowl 45 rematch against this Pittsburgh Steelers. We'll see how they do without, or they do have Big Ben. They might have, it doesn't really matter. He's not the best quarterback at this point. Second home game that year. And then they have another AFC North opponent away against the Cincinnati Bengals and Joe Burrow in Week 5. Any thoughts on those two AFC North opponents right there?
I'm intrigued how the Steelers are going to do this year because last year they started out 13-0, I think.
Yeah.
Then lost the rest of their games. So I'm excited to see how they can do. And the Bengals, hopefully Joe Burrow would be playing because Rodgers versus Burrow, hopefully Rodgers versus Burrow would be a very fun matchup. But Packers are going to take both those games. So
Week 6, they finish off their first run of NFC North opponents with the Chicago Bears, October 17th. Sunday, this is a noon game. The first noon game of the year coming in Week 6 against Chicago. Easy W right there. The Bears still suck.
Damn right.
Week 7 against the Washington football team. Who knows who their starter will be? Will it be Ryan Fitzmagic, Taylor Heineke? Who knows right there, but that's a home game away against Chicago. So 2 games on the road there. But I actually like that. I like that we have, counting this up from week 1 through 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the Packers away games are in the first 9 weeks. That is absolutely massive right there. And then week 8 ended off the first half of the season. They traveled to Arizona for Thursday night football against the Cardinals. Our buddy Tyler Herrick will be there in Glendale. What do you think about that stretch of 3 games, all with kind of interesting quarterback situations besides the Cardinals?
Yeah, well, I'll start out with the Cardinals game because that will be awesome seeing D-Hop and Jair going up against each other and the Hail Mary Kings, Kyler Murray and Aaron Rodgers. That'll be a very fun game to watch. I feel like there's going to be a lot of offense in that game. But hopefully the Packers can get that last second defensive stop.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
But
we don't want to talk about it.
In our first game against the Washington football team since the rebrand, so that will be awesome. And the Bears still suck, so Packers taking that 50-0. Already calling it right here.
Yep, Justin Fields. So a few rookie quarterbacks on the Packers schedule. I'm definitely looking forward against the Cardinals. And then the most anticipated matchup of the year, Sunday, not a primetime game, but 3:25, America's game of the week, obviously, against the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City. And then another pretty rough opponent against the Seattle Seahawks, week 10. So, are you are you scared about Kansas City? What's the mindset right there? Do you think week 9 is good placing?
I would say week 9 is a good placing. I don't know when's our bye. Week 13.
Yes.
Yeah, I would probably most prefer that after our bye, but I guess that's a perfect. Can't do much about it.
Yeah.
I'm scared of the Chiefs. I think no matter where you face them, you're going to be scared of Patrick Mahomes. We didn't get the Mahomes Rodgers like wanted a couple of years ago.
Yep.
And so hopefully they will both be there. And
hopefully it's time. Hopefully Aaron Rodgers only plays Patrick Mahomes once this year, not twice. And Kansas, it does kind of suck having to play Arizona primetime and Chiefs, 2 pretty rough teams. But
are you going to the Chiefs game though? Because I know I went last time.
Undetermined at this point. Okay. But yeah, we do have that long week before we play Kansas City, so almost a mini bye. Once again, Russell Wilson, week 10. Week 11, they get their second match in against Vikings in Minnesota, week 11. Or that's their first matchup against Minnesota. Then Sunday, November 28th, a very tough game against Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams. This might be the game I'm looking forward to most this season. And then they face off week 13. They get their bye. So after a stretch of Arizona, Kansas City, Seattle, and then LA, they get a bye. So 4 playoff teams in a row outside of the Vikings. So good timing for that bye week. What would you say is the hardest out of those 3 besides Kansas City? LA The three NFC West teams. What do you think is most toughest opponent for Green Bay?
I think the Rams are going to be really good. They finally got an actual quarterback in Matthew Stafford. I feel like Sean McVay can make that offense so much better, actually having a great quarterback in there. And, of course, Aaron Donald is still Aaron Donald. I know my boy Elton Jenkins locked him up last year.
Rep.
Oh, yeah. Yep. But, yeah, that's going to be I just can't wait for this game. And then there's a bye afterwards, so that's kind of perfect, I would say.
Yeah, good timing, too. Justin Fields, maybe he's getting hot around week 14 following the bye. And then a pretty tough NFC North opponent, or AFC North opponents with the Baltimore Ravens in week 15 in Baltimore. That is only the Packers' third or their fourth. I shouldn't. Okay, it's 1, 2, 3, about fourth noon game of the year. Very few noon games this year against the Lamar Jackson led Ravens. And then week 16, I cannot wait for this. A Christmas Day matchup against the Cleveland Browns, who are a great team, and it's going to be so fun to come into a hopefully snowy white Christmas miracle at Lambeau Field. You looking forward to that Christmas match, Big B?
Yes, I am. I'm so excited. Only the third time I think of Packers history we're playing on Christmas.
Yep, and I've been alive for 2 of them, so
look at that.
It's rare.
Yeah, both were against the Bears, so we're finally switching it up, facing the Browns. Browns, everybody knows they're a good team. Baker Mayfield, and who else they got? OBJ, if he's not hurt by then.
Yeah. If he's not preparing for his 5th comeback season in a row,
Yeah. But of course, that's going to be a great game. I'm excited to see what magic Baker Mayfield can cook up, and Rodgers have his magic be cooking. Going to be a great game, and it's on Christmas.
Exactly. Certainly going to have some playoff implications as well.
Definitely.
And then week 17 and 18 ended off with 2 divisional opponents. Week 17 at home against the Minnesota Vikings, a dome team, coming to Green Bay in January, and then they traveled to a dome against Detroit. Then they have a bye week after Detroit as they get ready to host the divisional round of the NFC playoffs. So,
oh boy,
that is that. The 2021 Packers schedule. Now we wait for like 5 months here. Even for training camps, September 12th, over 120 days. Or be patient, and we'll get there. Let's see here. What would you say is the roughest stretch on the schedule? Looking at, I'll go first here. I'll have to take a look here too. Man, there's quite a few stretches where they have 2 or 3 rough teams in a row. I'm going to go with week 12 through 17, though. You have 2 divisional opponents in there that aren't the Lions. And then you have 3 really good teams, the Ravens, the Browns, and the Rams. So 5 straight games of kind of tough opponents. What would you say is the rough stretch for the Packers?
Well, mine is going to be probably week 7 through 10. I think you go to Washington, right? No, we're home with Washington. I can't.
Yeah.
It's so confusing. I'm looking at. Then you got to go to Arizona, go to Kansas City, come back home for Seattle. That is a very tough stretch, especially if Washington can be like how they were last season, late in the season. Very dominant. They should have beat Brady in Tampa Bay.
Oh, yeah. Dude, if Taylor Heineke could have gotten the job done on that last drive, who knows what could have happened for the Packers in February.
Shut up.
Should have, would have, and could have, the story of Packers playoffs. What do you think benefits the Packers more, all those late home games in snowy Lambeau Field or the later bye week?
I I feel like saying a little bit of both, just as like kind of a lazy
Yeah.
answer, but I really do think it is a little bit of both. You get the very late bye, then you get the plan for those last few games, and most of them are at home,
Yeah.
hopefully in front of a full vaccinated stadium,
Oh yeah.
Lambeau Field, snowy, cold Lambeau Field. Like, come on now, that's the dream right there.
Yeah, you're getting me daydreaming right now. Like I
Yeah,
cannot wait. Hopefully, training camp is open this year
I
because that'll
hope.
be a great time. Um, yeah, some great end up well with the Browns at home, the Rams at home, Seahawks at home, football team at home. But they still do have the Ravens, Cardinals, and Chiefs on the road, like you mentioned. So hopefully, whoever is leading this team is ready for that. Um, all right, let's go through here, predict the record game by game, just like Adam Rank and James Jones typically do on an horribly off. All right, let's go column by column, or 5 game stretches here. All right, I'll go first. Weeks 1 through 5, W against the Saints, win against the Lions. I'll say a loss against the 49ers, win against Pittsburgh, win against Cincy. So 4-1 in that first 5 games. Big B, what do you think here? Those first 5 games.
All right. New Orleans, that's a win.
Mm-hmm.
Detroit, that's a win.
Yep.
San Fran, that's a win. Steelers, that's a win. Bengals, that's a win. And no, they're not going 17-0.
All right. Week 6. You know what? This is an away game against Chicago. I think they'll have something up their sleeve. 4-2 right there. I'll go to week 10. Washington, I think they'll be able to beat Washington. Cardinals, I think, will pull it out there. Chiefs, I think they win there as well. And Russell Wilson sucks at Lambeau. So win against Seattle. So we're looking at 8-2 so far for the first 10 games on my side. What are you thinking, Big B?
Oh my, well, definitely a win versus Chicago. Then come back home for the football team. That's a win. Cardinals, I'm gonna say that's a win, but our first loss is against the Chiefs, so I'll give us our first loss there. Start out 8-0. I feel like that's pretty good.
Yeah.
With Aaron Rodgers, of course.
Yep.
Then Seattle, like you mentioned, Russell Wilson sucks at
Yeah.
Lambeau Field, so that's a dub. And I think we'll just pull it out with Minnesota.
So you have it at 10-1 to start off. I have it at 8-2. Minnesota, I agree. I think that's going to be a close game, but I think they'll get it done. Rams, man, it's hard to say. That's a tough one. I don't know how Matt Stafford's going to do that. I don't know if they'll have that same great defense without Staley. But I'm going to say they'll give them trouble, and the Rams will win. Week 14 against Chicago. Green Bay will get back on track after the bye. Week 15, I'll say they'll lose against Baltimore. Ooh, man, lose against Cleveland, win against the Vikings, and Lions turned it off. So I have a total of 4 losses in there. In and off the season, 13-4. So still coming up with that 13 number. Big B, what do you think about that final stretch?
Okay, the final stretch, I think we're going to, like you said, I think that the Rams will give us troubles, and the Packers will lose that game. But after their bye, they will beat the Bears. Then I think Lamar Jackson will be too fast for this defense, and will take a ball versus Baltimore. But come back, win against the Browns on Christmas Day. Then beat the Vikings, but we will lose to the Lions because that's just the thing that we do nowadays.
Yeah, that's just a Lions thing. Even without Matthew Stafford, they always give a tough match for the Packers.
Yeah.
All right, so you have them in and off 14-3.
No, I got 4 losses there.
Okay, so we're both agreeing on 13-4. We'll see how this quarterback situation plays out. We're not going to do a prediction if Jordan Love, if whatnot, because they're going 16-0 either way. It'll be certainly an interesting season to watch. Will it be the last stands? Will it be adjusting to a new quarterback? Who knows what will happen?
Will it be Blake Bortles?
Who knows? Blake Bortles, will he get his final chance? Nathaniel Hackett trusting him, handing over the keys. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to 5 months of waiting, but you got to do what you got to do. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Let us know your thoughts on the Packers 2021 schedule down below. We will talk to you later. As always, go Pack Go.